Hello everyone, this is Venus Brown back with another reaction to The Crown. This is Season 6, Episode 8, called The Ritz. Now I already looked at the description, so I know that this is primarily about Princess Margaret. We're going to start to see some of her medical conditions worsening, and the episode is going to focus on a previous event at the Ritz back in 1945, and then we'll go all the way up to her 70th birthday, again at the Ritz. So let's see what's going to happen.
At General Eisenhower's headquarters
Eisenhower.
of unconditional
May 8th. So spring.
Today is Victory in Europe Day.
Victory in Europe Day.
Not sure this is a good idea.
Come on, we'll have Porchy and Peter Townsend with us. Possibly go wrong.
Stinks of alcohol and sweat.
Smells of life.
Smells of life. Ooh, look at that. So Porchy and Peter Townsend, and these girls and guys are all pretty young at the time. So has Peter Townsend been married yet or not? Like, I don't know at what point he got married the first time.
Quite a night.
So you're gonna make an anniversary of one night.
And
we almost
then
lost you.
We very much found
you.
The you that you gave up in order to be the other you. Don't you miss her? She was so much fun.
She seemed like she was very much one of those, I need to do the right thing, and
We swore to keep the events of that evening secret.
Yep. I suspect she would have still been a very reserved woman, whether she was queen or not. But I definitely see how she would have lost out on a lot of her inner self by having to be the queen.
Lick your lacquer toe.
Oh yeah, it said she was going to have a stroke. My grandfather had a major stroke, and he was never the same after that. He ended up dying after several smaller strokes later.
Let your deacons of Galot.
And here it is, the introduction to The Crown, Season 6. Remember, if you like this content, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't done it already, you can click the subscribe. And if you would like more notifications later, you can click the little bell and click all. And here it comes, The Crown.
Teeny tiny stroke. 1 minute I'm in full flow. The next minute I'm unable to feel my arms and legs.
Where are you now?
In hospital. Further tests and edible food.
Edible food.
Goodbye, Elizabeth.
See you tomorrow.
You notice when she said goodbye a little bit? I could imagine, because I think they said that she got that nickname because one of them, had a hard time saying it when they were little. I could imagine a little kid trying to say Elizabeth and saying Lilibet.
The stroke was relatively mild, ma'am.
Been in a few of these machines. Head injury, among other things.
No more Chesterfields. No more whiskey.
I take it Chesterfield's alcohol. Or is it lemon barley water? Nicotine gum.
Good afternoon.
We're in prison, so what?
This is one area I got very lucky on my accident. I had no speech problems. And I have short-term memory problems, but I had no problems remembering stuff that had happened before the accident. And I had no problem walking or anything like that. My legs were completely fine. Nothing was broken or anything in that area. But I had several fractures in this hand. I had to go through occupational therapy because my hand barely worked. It was in a lot of pain. It was very swollen. I had to wear a brace on it for a long time. Lots of trying to grasp my fists and get them to close up more. And if you see, this finger does not go all the way down really. And these two kind of do this little split thing where they're split apart a lot of times. I had 3 parallel cuts here, and then this was pulled all the way back to here, and I had multiple skull fractures. Oh yeah, and spinal cord, very small hairline spinal cord fractures. And my scapula was fractured pretty bad, which is where most of my arthritis comes from, my back and my scapula that never quite healed right. But overall, I recovered very well. It just took a while.
You wouldn't be wondering now. I'm still alive.
Cocktails at the Cotton Club and dinner, followed by general bacchanalia. I intend to make the most of it.
All right.
I'd be like trying to keep in touch with the queen and ask her advice, or anybody else that was close to her. Like, you know how she is. She wants this and that and the other thing. How can I approach this and get her to calm down without sounding like I'm trying to take over her life? Yeah, go check on her. We still have the temperature on our water set so it doesn't go above a certain temperature. We did that before the babies were born, when they were little itty bitty babies, and we just left it that way. We figured it was safer for all involved if it just wouldn't go above a certain temperature. Yeah, I think she's going to need somebody to kind of keep an eye on her all the time. And I don't think they had those little clicker things at the time. You know, the I've fallen and I can't get up thing.
The soles of my feet were so burned, it meant I couldn't stand, never mind walk. It's like a home for geriatrics.
I don't have handrails anywhere.
And you are lucky. She's a different person in a different situation.
You could use the palace pool.
I'd rather die than do exercise.
I'd die than do exercise. But you like going in the water, going in the pool. You don't have to do it as exercise, but just whatever you feel like in the pool could be helpful.
Because we love the Ritz, don't we, Lillibert? It ain't my fault.
Have I missed something?
You have. You're not part of the inside joke, and that's okay. Mommies aren't supposed to know about all this stuff. Okay, I'm assuming the one in the green suit is Porchy, and the one in the blue suit is Peter Townsend. I don't know if it's the same in the UK, but in America, the green uniforms are usually the Marines, blue uniforms are usually the Army, and of course the white uniforms are the Navy. That is when they're in their dress clothes. The fatigues are different.
Come with us. Way more fun.
So what's up there and what's down here?
Americans. Ever heard of the jitterbug?
Ah, so dancing.
Banned here, and with good reason.
Stuff like the jitterbug, dancing like this, was considered a problem in America too. It wasn't just banned in the UK. America had their own sticks in the mud.
Good old Porchy.
Yes, good old Porchy. Never lets one down.
Are you trying to say something? Yes.
I just find myself worrying about Margaret all the time.
Different when there's medical conditions that are putting them in serious peril, not just their chaotic actions. Come on, I want to see what happened that they're keeping a secret from everybody. Might want to find some really dressy slip-on flats, the kind that are comfortable, cushiony, soft, have a lot of give.
Rather fond memories of when a very different side of the young Princess Elizabeth was revealed.
And I'm sure everyone would love to hear about that.
Yes, they would. Why I'm telling it.
It would miss the point entirely of why we're all here tonight. But Margaret has been my ally, day in, day out. Without whom, it would be unimaginable. Many happy returns.
Ah, that was lovely.
I don't know whether to be touched or cross.
She didn't let you tell the story. It's uncalled for and thrilling. Is she gonna fall? It's gotta be so hard.
Goodbye. Stop it. You're up and out of here in no time.
No. My body's deserting me, one limb at a time.
Jam tarts.
Yeah, now you're talking.
If she's refusing to eat, shouldn't they be feeding her through an IV or whatever? Might it be easier to use your non-dominant hand if the dominant one isn't working?
The terrorist weapons, 4 hijacked passenger planes. 2 crashed with
September 11th.
the one in Washington, the 4th in Pennsylvania.
That was such a fucking terrible day. I was watching in the morning on the news after the first plane hit, and then when the second plane hit, and I was watching the news the whole day. My husband was away on a business trip in another state, and I had just found out I was pregnant with my first.
Bullshit. Heart attack. Or you too.
Seriously.
He would bring horse news, which is the only news I ever really want to hear.
I've written a very detailed plan for my funeral. You know what a planner I am.
I am a planner, but not like that. I just want my family to know that I don't want to be kept alive like a vegetable. I want certain things when I die and not to worry about certain other things. They know that I plan to donate my body to science, and I'm totally okay with that.
Promise me that I will actually be dead when they close the coffin.
Yeah, do a couple double checks. There have been circumstances. I hope they don't happen anymore, but there have been in the past. Are they going to finally show us what happened?
Hey, there's no rank or background, just music.
So I don't know at what point these things were considered illegal or taboo or whatever, but I know that there were areas and times, even in America, where like stuff like this went on, but it was in back rooms. It was in areas where the police didn't know about it. And if the police found out, they would raid them and arrest everybody that was still in there. Look at the difference.
You two haven't seen Elizabeth, have you?
Stop worrying about her. She never does anything irresponsible.
Stop worrying about her. She never does anything irresponsible. Let her have a little bit of fun. Yeah, I would have definitely been down there. I would have been upstairs for a little while, but I would have ended up down there and stayed. What a scandal. She was downstairs dancing and having fun. But I guess to them, that would be, especially at the time, but...
I think Portia might have seen and got a bit cross. We can join Mummy and Papa for breakfast.
Wonder how old she was then.
I'm afraid not. But I will always be by your side, no matter what.
2002, 71, February 9th. So about 5 months after the Twin Towers were attacked. So, lots of tears and crying stuff, but also lots of good, fun, happy memories. So I really liked this episode. I like when you can kind of level things out with some ups and downs, lots of sadness and tears, yet still lots of happiness and good memories. This was a good episode. I really enjoyed it. It was good to see lots of the Queen and her sister. Less focus on everybody else, more focus on that immediate area of the family and some of the past stuff. And to see those flashbacks is really awesome, and especially flashbacks from times that we did not see in the show. Plus, we got to see a little bit before when the Queen and Porchy were close, and before the whole fiasco with Margaret, Peter Townsend, his prior divorce, and all of the other stuff came about later. I do feel like I want to look up some of the dates and like how old each of them were at the time and kind of what was going on, what point Peter Townsend got married and divorced and all of that. But it was good. It was a good episode. That's all I got for you today. So I'll see you next week. Bye.
Until next time, I'll see you when I see you. If you like this video, please click the like button. If you want more content, click subscribe. If you click that little bell and click all, then you'll get more content notifications.